What's up, YouTube Nation? Skitty's here again, and I'm about to deliver my guide to Boston Slang. Some disclaimers. There's going to be cussing. Because once again, I'm just going to talk. I'm not going to censor myself. So you have been warned. Yeah. I think that's the only disclaimer I really have. So, tonight, I was packing. I'm flying in Vegas tomorrow to go see my sister, and I was packing. I got bored. I've got the fucking attention span of a goldfish. I really do. It's sad. What I'm actually gonna be doing, because like when I've tried to do this video without an aid, I really couldn't think of any terms. I just couldn't. So I'm actually using, I googled fucking Boston slang, and got me to Wiktionary, and I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be going through it, and making my decisions based off of that page. I'm using it as like a fucking, an outline. I'm just going to cover the stuff that's really common that everybody uses. I'm not going to use like the stuff that I would use, you know, like the slang for the younger generation. So let's get started. Okie dokie. Da 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 na na. Alrighty, so here we go. None of those A terms look that familiar. Alright, we got the B's. That means the Boston Bruins. Yep. And then you've got bagged, which means to get caught or arrested. Sample sentence. You would say, I got bagged trying to lift a pack of gum. You got caught trying to steal a pack of gum. Then you've got the balls, which is exactly like the slang term they have over in the UK, or really just England, I think it is. The term the dog's bullocks, which means the dog's balls, and it means awesome or great. And you've got to bang a left, which means to turn left, to bang a U-ey, which means take a U-turn. And on a related note, you have hook, which means like hook a right. Then you've got to bang out, which means to skip out on your responsibilities. You've got the example on Wikipedia, which means to call in sick at work. And it can mean that, but it also means, like, you know, I was supposed to fix my ma's brakes this afternoon, but I'm gonna fucking bang out. Alright, which means you're not going to. Barrel is a trash can, but I think that's common. Just lost the tab, because I'm fucking retarded. Alright, got blinker, which means the car's turn signal, and it is a weakness to use that. Like, you just don't. You know, if you've got to fucking cut across 4 lanes of traffic, you're just gonna do it. You're not gonna alert no fucking person on the road. Alright, it's a sign of weakness. Da-na-na-na, da-na. Got Beantown. Alright, and Beantown isn't Boston slang. It's not. It's used by people not from Boston to mean Boston. So if you're in Boston, don't use Beantown. You're just gonna fucking look like an idiot. Unless you're referring to like a store which calls itself, you know, fucking Beantown, what the fuck ever. Then you've got the bean pot, which is like a hockey tournament. Booted, which means to be forcibly removed from a place, an establishment. And not like nice removed, but the true sort of forcibly removed, you know, not where somebody's like, oh, you know, can you please leave? You're causing a bit of a ruckus. We don't want your element here. No, booted means like when the fucking bouncers come up and fucking grab you by your shirt and hurl you out the fucking front door. That's to get booted. Is this really fucking slang? Alright. The shoulders on the road, being called a breakdown lane. Apparently that's Boston slang. I didn't know it was called anything else. You've got the boys, which means the cops, but like a Massachusetts state police person would be called a statey, or actually any sort of state police would be called a statey. You got the Cape, which is Cape Cod, and on the Cape, I know this is going to be on here fucking somewhere, it has to. On the Cape, right at the very end of it, right on the hook, you got this place called Beantown, Provincetown, which has a very large GLBT community and a very artsy bohemian community, but it's a great place. It's fucking awesome. We've got a clicker, which means a TV remote. Then Cow Hampshire, which is a derogatory term for New Hampshire. You know, I'm living in Nashua right now, which is actually borders Mass. Used to be a part of Mass until like fucking 1870, I think, something like that. But I've yet to see a single fucking cow. What the fuck are you? Sorry, my cat's kind of freaking out over there. To call a police car is called a cruiser. I don't really realize that was specific to Boston or New England. You got DTEC, which means an undercover police officer. Got the Hill. If you were like in Boston, that means Beacon Hill. And you know what? I think for the most part, like if I heard the Hill, I would think Beacon Hill first. But it says on here it can also, and I mean I have heard this too. In Somerville, where I'm from, the hill means like Winter Hill specifically, but there's, you know, there's Spring Hill, Seven Hills, also in Somerville. Got an Irish battleship, which means a triple-decker, a 3-story or 3-family house. There's this Jamaica Plain area in Boston, and it's called Jamaica, Spain. It has a very large Spanish-speaking population. Wow, it's really hard to enunciate whatever word you're supposed to use. That's the one I did. You've got the term kid, pronounced just like that, which just means a person. You know, it's kind of like man or dude. It can be used good or bad. You know, like what's up, kid? That's what I always say to my friends when I'm like addressing just one of them. Or you can say like, what the fuck happened, kid? You know, go fuck yourself, kid. Anything like that. Got mad which means very. It's related to, it's just like wicked. They actually say that right here on Wikipedia. I'm surprised how much this is actually like accurate. They've got a lot of shit on here though that's just like, no. I don't think I've ever fucking heard that. But yeah, those are mad and wicked. They basically mean very or really, anything like that. And then you've got the term masshole, or massholes in the multiple form. Can't remember the actual fucking word for that. Excuse me. And it means anybody from Massachusetts, especially when they're driving. Because we're assholes when we're driving. And we're kind of assholes all the time. So, we are massholes. Got muggy to mean very humid. Wicked muggy means like, they have this example on there, so I'm going to cover it. Wicked muggy means extremely fucking humid, like you die when you go outside. That's wicked muggy. And then you've got the phrase no suh, which is no sir, which is a very sort of exuberant, excited no way, and the appropriate response is yes sir. Like you would say, oh, I got tickets to tonight's Bees game wicked cheap. No sir, yes sir. That's how that interaction would go. You've got, oh, Beantown is on here. You've got Packy, which is, considered like a liquor store. A store that sells, booze, cigarettes, lottery tickets. Got the Pats, which is an abbreviation for the New England Patriots. We call them the Patsies or Pansies when they're losing. I'm very passionate about them. Around here, all our sports team, actually. The Sox, the Boston Red Sox, the Pats, the Bees, even the fucking Celtics. Boston isn't huge around here, but fucking show your pride, man. Show your pride. Got a Ripper, which means, basically a wild party. Like, big, out of control, kegger, anything like that. A wicked fun time. Got a Rotary, which means, traffic circle, roundabout, something like that. Got Southie, to mean South Boston. Yeah, great place. I love Southie. It's really hard to find your way around if you're not from there, though. And, it's a very, sort of close-knit community. Actually, why am I saying just really? It's extremely fucking close-knit. You have the T, which is the MBTA, and I think that stands for Massachusetts Bay Transit Association or Authority. You can call it the T. It's like it's the subway. I mean, you could call the buses the T, but it's not really. I mean, it's run by the T, but it isn't the T. The T is a subway. Oh, I really should have covered this in my accent tag video, but it slipped my mind because I don't personally use it. Mostly older people use it, like my Oma, my grandma uses it. Tonic to mean soda, which is nowhere near what tonic water is. If you want tonic water, you say tonic water. If you want soda, like my Oma would say, can you run down to the store and get me some tonic? And I know what that is. And that pretty much sums up everything. So yeah, that was my slang video. One more thing I wanted to cover. I know this video is running a little late, so I'm sorry. But I was watching American Horror Story Asylum last night, and I finally got the confirmation that it was in Massachusetts, like the Boston area. Like when the show first came on, I saw the premiere. Evan Peters' character on there, from his accent, if you're from here, you can really tell one because we have long vowels, specifically A, and we don't always drop our R's unless it's followed by like a vowel sound. The R kind of disappears. But anyway, his accent, Evan Peters' character's accent on there. When I first heard that, I was like, oh wow, this has to be in Boston or Mass or New England or somewhere really close to Mass. And especially when in the premiere episode he said, when he was talking to his wife, he was like, oh, it's not like we committed a crime. We went to P-Town and got married. Actually, I think he said Provincetown, not P-Town. But anyway, I was like, oh, okay. But last night, finally got confirmation, because it was the storm episode. In the background, during one of the scenes, they had like an emergency alert playing on a TV and said, an emergency alert has been issued for Boston and the North Shore area. And you can really tell from the accents on there. And I gotta say, the people on American Horror Story Asylum who are talking with a Boston accent are doing a really good job. And some people might have thought it was like a New York accent, but there are very subtle differences, even though they are extremely similar. There are very subtle differences, and I can't quite put into words what it is, but I can tell what it is. Another character on there that last night impressed me with the accent he used was, I can't remember the actor's name, but he also played Yellow Eyes for a long time on Supernatural. They're doing a great job with the accent. A lot of times, when there's a Boston accent on TV or in the movies, the person's actually not from Boston, Massachusetts, or New England. They butcher it. It's not authentic. You know, which bothers me being from this area. It's like, buddy, just fucking get it right. Hire a fucking vocal coach. Go talk to Ben Affleck or fucking Matt Damon. Fucking Marky Mark. They're from here. Alright, just listen to them fucking talk for a while. Watch The Town. Watch fucking, what's the one there based on Whitey Bulger with Jack Nicholson? I can't remember. But yeah. So that was my video. Sorry it ran a little long. Yeah. So that's the Boston slang. Employ it when you're around here. Use the fucking vernacular. And you'll fit in. You know, you'll fit right the fuck in. Even if you're not talking with the accent, if you use some of the slang, they know you're from the area. Like how I'm talking right now, I'm pronouncing my R's, I'm not being along with my vowels. And if I were to say, oh, you know, I need to go to the Packy to pick up some beer. I need to go to the Packy to pick up some beer. I'd be good. But yeah, and whatever you do, I don't know if I said this yet or not, whatever you do, don't call Boston Beantown. Alright, if you're actually from here, you don't call it Beantown. You don't. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, because I know I enjoyed making it. And for those of you suffering from Hurricane Sandy, because I lost my power for 3 fucking days. Those of you suffering from Hurricane Sandy, or have suffered from Hurricane Sandy, my heart goes out to you. And you know, I wish you the best. So, yeah. Peace out.